Hello everyone, I am Professor Nayana Sneh, Department of Information Technology, Parvatibai Ganbamose College of Engineering, Wagholi, Pune. So in this last session, we'll see the remaining last topic of your 5th unit of your SCPM subject. So the last topic is your risk identification. So risk identification is totally related to discovering the possible risk to a project or to a software. So it is a systematically attempt to specify what threats can become with your projects. So there are two different types of risk. So first one is your generic risk and second is the product risk. So what is the generic risk? Generic risk is the general risk which can encounter in any software project. So they are potential threats to every software project. And second type of risk is your product risk. That means the different factors will affect the project risk. So what are the different factors? Such as the product size, business impact, customer character, process definition, development environment, technology to the limit, and staff experience and size. So the project plan and the software statement of a scope are examined to find out the threats due to some specific characters. So here is some checklist depend on which the risk can be occurred to a software product. So if you see for product size, suppose the size of the product which might be cause the risk. So risk involved in overall size of the product can be analyzed and can be monitored. Second is your business impact. That means risk involved in constraints imposed by the management or the market. So business impact is totally related with the management or the market. The third one is the customer characteristics. So how sophisticated the customer is and what is the ability to developer to communicate with that customer properly and get the requirements from the customer accurately. So that comes under the customer character. If the developer is not capable of handling all the requirements which are stated by the customer, or he does some inadequate things or some incorrect things, or some requirements are taken wrongly, so that can cause the product risk. The next one is your process definition. So risk involved in defining the software process which is followed by the organization, so that can also cause a risk. Then develop an environment. So development environment is one of the thing which can cause the product risk. So what tools of the quality you are using for the development process and all, so that comes under the development environment. Next one is your technology to the limit. So the risk involved in complexity of the project and the new technology that we are using in our project. So that can also cause a risk to the project. And last one is your staff size and experience. So is our developer fully skilled, or we have a skilled person team to develop? So if not, then that can cause a product risk. So these are the certain factors which can affect your product and which can affect the risk in the product. So we can have a risk in a product by these factors. So next is your risk projection. So risk projection is also called as, we can say, the risk estimation. So the risk projection rates the risk in a following two manners. So we have different two ways to rate a risk. The first is probability of risk occurrence and second is consequence of the risk occurred. So some 4 important risk projection activity that every manager developer should perform. The first is to make scale of measurement of the likelihood risk. Second is describe the consequence of the risk. The third is estimate its impact. And fourth is write down overall accuracy of the risk projection to avoid the misunderstanding. So these are the certain 4 different important projection activities which can be conducted by the manager, by the developer to perform. What the first one is to make a scale to measure which likely risk can be occurred. Second is to describe the consequence of the risk. Third is to estimate its impact. And fourth one is to write down the overall accuracy of the risk projection to avoid the misunderstandings. So these are certain activities which are carried out by the manager, product manager. Next, we have certain activities main activities which needed by the developer to do, or which needed by the manager, we can say the product manager. The first activity is to develop a risk table, so we exactly know how much categories of the risk are there, what are the probability of that risk, and what is the impact factor of that risk in our project. So the first one is to develop a risk table. Second one is assess the risk. So we need to understand the nature of the risk. While we are assessing the risk for the project, we need to know the nature of the risk, the scope of the risk, and the timing of the risk. So it again involves your risk identification, your risk probability, and risk impact. So what is the nature of that risk? It is important to know the nature of the risk that is expected to occur. For example, if the hardware interface is not defined properly, then it will cause a problem during the integration. So we need to know what is the nature of that particular risk. The second is the scope of the risk. So we need to know how it will be affected and what are the occurrences of that risk, how much in how much way it will occur in front of your end user. So that is your scope of the risk. And third one is the timing. So it is important to note that how long the risk will impact our project. So that is the certain three things which are really needed to understand by the project manager, and which are really needed to we need activities to project on or to estimate the risk. Next one is also the project plan. So we need to prepare a proper project plan for the risk projection. Here are some, we can also differentiate between some risks. So some are the predictable risk under the project. That means from previous expected previous project, or we can say the history, we can have the history of the project, so we can know that risk are exploited from the past project experience and that are well known. So that risk we can call as a predictable risk. The second one is risk associated. So these predictable risks are generally associated with changing requirements from the customer, and these risks are associated with the complexity of the project. So predictable risks are always well known with the developers. So they are exploratory, or we can say they are extrapolated from the last previously project and known to the developer. And unknown risks are the risks which can uncover after carefully evaluation of the whole project plan, the business, and the technical environment. So we have the RMM, that is your risk mitigation, monitoring, and management for your software projects. So let's see the RMMM. So it is risk mitigation, monitoring, and management. So the risk analysis actually help the project development team to build a strategy to handle all possible risks. So following are some important issues that must be considered while developing effective strategy. So what are that issues? First is the risk avoidance, risk monitoring, and risk management. That is the three things which are in MMM. That is mitigation, that is avoidance. Second is monitoring, that means you need to monitor the risk. And third is the management. So if risk occur in a project, you need to manage that risk. So in order to avoid the risk, the best approach is the proactive approach. In this proactive approach, the development process starts with the risk mitigation plan. So we have a risk mitigation plan, and it helps in avoiding the possible types of risk. The second comes with the risk monitoring. That means at the beginning only, at the starting of your development process, the project manager is generally responsible for making or keeping the eye on factors that can cause the risk in the project. So that is second one. And the project manager starts monitoring the information which is received from the mitigation step. He scans all the documents which prepare the risk mitigation plan. And the last one, third step, is the risk management and planning. That means we assume that risk has occurred in the project, and we need to take the certain activities to manage that risk. So these three steps can be done under the RMM, that is your risk mitigation, monitoring, and management. The first step is to keep eye on the factors which can cause the risk. The second step is to monitor all the information which is received from the risk mitigation plan. The project manager will scan all the documents which are prepared in a risk mitigation step. And the third final step is the risk management. Means assume that the risk is occurred and you need to take the certain actions to avoid that risk. So these three things are involved in RMM. Now we need to prepare the RMM plan. So without this plan you cannot manage your risk. So RMM plan is nothing but it is a strategy. It is strategy to avoid, monitor and manage your risk. So the risk management strategy should be included in the project itself. The risk management plan is usually added separate plan in your project plan. So this is referred as risk mitigation monitoring and management plan. That is also called as a RMM plan. So RMM plan is executed as a separate plan to evaluate the risk. Each risk is documented very properly. So the RMM plan is well documented in beginning of the project itself. So once the project begins, the mitigation and monitoring activities started. So the risk monitoring has main three objectives. The first objective is check whether the predicted risk is actually occurred or not. Second is all the risk assessment steps are properly carried out or not. And third is to collect all the necessary information that can be useful in the future for future risk analysis. So these are three main steps which are carried out in risk monitoring under the RMM plan. So if you take the example of certain probably which occurs the risk in a risk that may occur in your project development. So we have the computer crash, the late delivery of your software product, the technology will not meet the expectation that you have used. The third one is the end user resists the system. The next one is if the changes are frequently changed in the system, or we can say the requirements are frequently changed in the system, then we can say the lack of development experience or we can say a lack of skilled person in development team, then lack of database stability, then we can say the poor quality documentation. So these are some mandatory risks which can be occurred in your software project and which need to be considered by the project manager while we are proceeding with the project development. Again, I will explain one risk, that is a computer crash. So if we take the three steps in computer crash, the mitigation step is nothing but the avoidance. So it will try to avoid the risk. It will try to avoid the computer crash. So whatever important data the computer is having, it will be get lost. So we need to try to avoid the mitigation. For that we need to maintain the multiple copies of the data. Second is your monitoring. So the project manager must keep watch on working environment, working infrastructure of actual development, where the actual development is going on. So that is your monitoring. And management is nothing but any inconvenience in the working environment must be noticed immediately. So we can take the proper actions on the system for system stability. So this is first computer crash. We have taken the example of computer crash for understanding the RMM. So what three steps the computer crash will have? First is the mitigation. That means you need to avoid the risk of computer crash. That means you need to keep multiple copies of the database, so the data will be not lost if the computer get crash. Second is to monitor. That means your manager needs frequently watch on your environment, working environment where the actual team works. And the third is the management. So if something goes wrong, we need to take the immediate actions so we can avoid or we can manage that risk. If it occur, then we can easily manage the risk. So this was the last topic of your 6th unit. So there are certain case studies also. I will list this case study in your Google Classroom, or I can send these things in your Google Classroom for the study. So I hope this session is understood. If not, you can comment me in a comment box or you can ask me in a Zoom session. So thank you.